What is good? Osiris here. I'm Middle MAGA, stuck in the middle, going by Middle MAGA, and I'm going to pretty soon have my Rumble videos go up on the middlemaga.com website. I'll let you know next week when that happens, so you could just go there to see these unfiltered without edits in the videos. Uh, this Yay situation is very important, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And this channel is built on critical thinking. And there are only two things that I am married to on this channel. It's the truth, facts, not opinion, the truth, and then the best idea, which is an opinion. So we've got to start with what the facts are, what the truths are. Then we get into what are the best ideas. Because if it's not based on facts, then it obviously is not possible. It is impossible for you to have the best idea if you are basing it off of a falsehood. And that's what's happening with the Kanye situation. Let me first start with people I respect. Kanye is actually exposing people. This is not some form of agreement with Kanye at all. What I'm doing here is taking a look at where we're at and analyzing, because I don't know what's in Kanye's head. Nobody does. Nobody can pretend to know what's in Kanye's head. But what I can look at is what are the ramifications? What is happening based on what Kanye has done? That's what I can look at. Nobody knows. So when we look at this, I'm going to start with something from Tyler Boyer, who is an expert in Arizona. Very bright dude. I have no beef with Tyler, but I am going to show where I disagree. You can't be an expert in anything, and I need you, Tyler, and I'm going to try to be the same. I need you to not be arrogant while also being ignorant. I'm not going to be arrogant about what's happening in Arizona because I have some information, but I'm largely ignorant, definitely more ignorant than you are. You are an expert. You are talking about a topic where you are not an expert and you don't understand what's happening. You might think it's simple. You might think it's easy. You might think it has nothing to do with Arizona, but you are just a simpleton in this realm. You are wrong. Tyler Boyer tweets, "It's important to remember the focus on all this Kanye stuff is a distraction from the complete and total incompetence of the left, the direction the country is going quickly, and their actual vile contempt for Americans of every background. Don't buy it. Stay vigilant." So the focus on all this Kanye stuff is a distraction. No, it's not. You just don't understand it. So let me provide you some feedback. Authentic conversation about this Kanye situation is not irrelevant. It is important to the battle in Arizona. I bring that up because that's his expertise. The Arizona that looks like it's a complete farce. It looks like Arizonans got hoodwinked. The Kanye conversation is not separate from that. It is an offspring. It is actually more macro level than that. When I put this video on YouTube, I have to edit out the discussion about 20. I'm not even going to have the numbers on the video. That's part of the reason why Arizona happened. How many Arizonans even understand the concerns with election? It's not possible. Where would they get the information from? And Ye is censored. So he's saying, if you can't talk about you can't talk about anything that's in your realm, Tyler. At its core, the Ye situation is a discussion about free speech. It's that simple. So Tyler, in my opinion, is just ignorant. I think he's being authentic in saying, hey, I can understand. I think this Ye stuff is just noise. It's not the signal. Steve Bannon's big on like when I say noise is what's not important, the signal is what is important. So even when you do audio recording, you can put your software, like I have a air conditioning unit, I'm in the basement. The air conditioning can drown out my voice. I can put it in a program and tell the program, take away the noise, the background noise. So my voice is the signal. Tyler doesn't think the Ye conversation is the signal. And he's wrong. It is a signal. It's a different signal than what your expertise is, but it is a signal. Let's go to MattWalsh, who's just a freaking clown. I'm going to do this on Rumble, but I don't want to put too many edits in here and to watch my language. But he's a freaking on this topic. He's a freaking clown. MattWalsh says there's an extremely desperate attempt among some Kanye fans to spin his pro nonsense. Number one, I did not interpret what Ye did as being pro. We can get off, and I don't want to get off on that tangent now, but if you don't know, Ye said, I like him. What does that even mean? I was chatting with somebody and I said, I'm not comparing Nancy Peter. I'm just saying the phrase in general. Think through this. If I say, I like cottage cheese, which I actually hate cottage cheese. And so my wife likes it. And my natural question is why? Kanye West, what reasons did he give that he liked whatever that means? He's exposing that these grown adults walking around here, they're just like children. They try to manipulate you like children. So what if Kanye, what? I didn't know that, MattWalsh, I didn't know you thought so highly of Kanye West. I'm sorry he let you down. MattWalsh is supposed to be this intellectual, grown-ass man, and he's on here. Why is he even talking about Kanye? You don't know Kanye. You don't care about him. It would be like him talking about me. He doesn't care about anything that I have to say. Going back to the tweet, this nonsense as Christ-like love for enemies. He says that, well, people are trying to spin it. Well, I'm not. I don't know what Kanye's thinking, but he literally did say that. He said he loved the person that did surgery on his mom that actually killed his mom. He said he loved people that are trying to destroy his life. And then, or whatever. He said, I like them. got love for them, basically like how God says to love everybody. So you can say you don't believe it, but that is what he said. But that's not what Kanye's saying. That's a lie. I bet MattWalsh didn't even watch the discussion. He said he likes, so what? As in, has favorable feelings about him. What does that mean? What, he's in love with the dude? What do you mean he has favorable feelings about him? That's not Christian love, it's mental illness. Okay, you can have that opinion, but what is that? So what? Some conservatives, MattWalsh goes on to tweet, some conservatives went all in with the Kanye hero worship. Who's worshiping Kanye as a hero? Name names, Matt. Jordan Peterson did the same thing, just did this general tweet, really kind of referencing people, but not. You guys are real soft right here. Name names. And now they think they have to spin and justify even the most hideous, insane horse.
Konnichiwa.
Who? I haven't justified anything he said. I'm talking about it in the realm of free speech, and Matt's going to acknowledge that's the real discussion. He knows that's the real discussion. He's just anti-free speech. But it's okay to just say, yeah, this guy is troubled. Who's not saying that? I don't know. I think he's crazy. I think he's brilliant in certain aspects and crazy in others. And move on with your life. That sounds pretty authoritarian, doesn't it? You trying to tell me how I'm supposed to view this, Matt? Man, Matt, I'm very confident that my take is better than yours on this. This is cringe. And move on with your life. You don't need to go down with this ship. Go down with this ship. What Matt is saying is, I'm going to take you down with this ship. Use your real name on Twitter and I'll try to get you fired. That's where Matt's going with this. Go down with this ship. You're trying to put people in the ship. Nobody tried to jump in the ship with Kanye. Look at that. Kanye is exposing these people. And making this a free speech issue is a desperate cope as well. Oh, is that a cope? Free speech is a cope now for MattWalsh. I guess if you disagree with MattWalsh, free speech is a cope. Obviously, Kanye has the right to talk about how much he likes. So then free speech isn't a cope then. This is one of Matt's craziest, most bizarre. You sound as crazy as Kanye right now. In this tweet, he is as inarticulate as Kanye West. Making it a free speech issue is a desperate cope. But obviously, he has free speech. In the first two sentences, you're making no sense. Then he says that's not the point. The point is that he's maniacally stupid and morally debased. What point is that? So is Dr. Ibram X. Kendi or Nicole Hannah Jones. What's your point? They're not banned from Twitter. You don't need to pretend otherwise. Whatever Ye's doing, I don't know, but I am grateful. He is kind of waking me up to where people are at. If you don't know why he got suspended, I'm going to go into detail more here on why these people are so cringe and they're out of their league in this discussion. Kanye West was suspended for posting this symbol. He never did anything. He never said I like or anything like that on Twitter. He posted this symbol, which I, like everybody else, was like, damn, is that a inside the Star of David? That's what it looks like. And I assumed that's what it was. And I assumed that Ye had designed it. So I was looking into it. I was like, what, did Ye design this? Is this going to be his Ye 24? I know at this point you might be like me and then many others like, damn, I don't want to talk about this, but this is important. So I was digging into it like, wait, what is this? And then people showed me and they said, just so you know, the symbol that Ye posted is that of a UFO worshiping religion called, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Raelism. Their symbol looks edgy, but actually it has nothing to do with it. It's not a symbol. It's not the Star of David. I don't blame you for thinking it is, but like I said, my first thing is the truth. He never, and all these outlets are posting Kanye West posted a inside the Star of David. That is a lie. That's factually incorrect. So before we go on to who has the best ideas, let's set the record straight. That is a lie. Kanye West never said it was. He posted something about love speech. It was a setup. Let's look at it more. Interesting. I said interesting. Was it the tweet of this symbol that got him suspended? What rule did that tweet break? It didn't break any rules, factually. Elon Musk came on Twitter and lied. I mean, he can say that it broke that rule, but he didn't explain how, so he can just say whatever he wants. Elon Musk said, just clarifying that his account is being suspended for incitement to... We don't even know what that means. Because right now it sounds like he's making words, saying words are, you're inciting, what is the violence that's being incited here? Never said what that is. It's exactly what they got Trump on. Not an unflattering pic of me being hosted by Ari. This is, they took the picture isn't there. Ye, after tweeting, he was going on a storm. He tweeted about Chris Paul too, allegedly being with Kim, I don't know when or what, but shaking up his life too. Well, Chris Paul did that if it's true, but he tweeted a picture. His last tweet was a picture of Elon in looking overweight. To me, that was like an inside. Why did he do that? Why would he make the picture of Elon his last tweet? Because he knew he had set Elon up with this picture here. Let me find this. He knew that this picture right here, everyone was going to assume based on his discussion. I don't blame anyone for assuming and being wrong, but they were wrong. He knew they were going to assume and be wrong. So it's almost like somebody going out in the street with a toy gun and, not even pointing at anybody, but people thinking it's a real gun, assuming. And then he posts the tweet of Elon overweight as a little sign of Elon fell for the bait. That's what happened. Why would he do that? I'm going to go into why would he do that? What's the purpose of the bait? What's the purpose of that? Turning yourself into a martyr. In effect, I don't know what's in his head, but that's what's happening. He's turning himself into a martyr. And I said incitement to, what does that mean? Nobody even knew what the symbol was. Nobody knew. It's the same BS they did to Trump. The symbol isn't a SWAT. Elon, he set you up to ban him over something that was in your head. Elon looks real stupid right now. Somebody said, come on now. Ye forced his hand. Too much stress. Okay. Elon would still be wrong, but I would have respected Elon if he had said, Ye was causing too much heat. He was causing too much bad attention. So that's why I shut it down. It didn't have anything to do with this other stuff. Because if you're saying incitement to, that is a significant accusation to just throw around. Is that something that we just want to have thrown around to people based on what's in our head without facts? You don't have the best idea if that's what you want. We know that for sure. There's another part of this too that I'm going to go to. And what I'm going to go to is more clarification and more discussion the day after, and saying that, again, I'm not saying what's in Kanye's head. I don't know. We can speculate in another video. But what he has done effectively is expose there are certain topics that prove Elon Musk is on the same side as Midas. Midas, if you don't know, is this, in my opinion, evil organization that is there to be authoritarian to further their own beliefs. And they said Kanye West posted a photo of inside a Star of David. That's a lie. That's incorrect. He never did that. You could say he posted a photo that looked like, but it was not. Factually, it was not. This is abhorrent and dangerous. Please explain. Number one, your first fact is wrong. Number two, I don't understand what you're referring to. What do you mean it's abhorrent? And you could say whatever is abhorrent. What does dangerous mean? So they could say this video I'm doing right now is abhorrent and dangerous. How? Why? Shame on anyone who has enabled and supported him on his crusade. So I'm not supporting. What does it even mean to support Ye? So they could say, hey, you watching this video, me, I'm supporting Ye. You're inciting. That's the slope we're on. Shame on anyone who has enabled and supported him on his crusade against the people. He said he loved people. So you can believe him or not, but that's factual. He did say that. He said, I like people. So how do you, and why aren't people saying both things and just saying, okay, he said I know he said I like people, I just don't believe him. No one's providing the context or the full story. We refuse to be silent in the face of this deplorable anti-Semitism. Never again. Sounds righteous, doesn't it? Kanye West exposed there are certain topics that prove Elon's on the same side as Midas. Elon would agree with everything that they tweeted. He banned them permanently. It's a permanent ban, as you know, whatever that means as of right now, because Elon was supposed to be bringing other people back. I haven't seen it yet. For those unaware, like I said, the symbol is not a. This is the next day. What happened to the community notes to provide context? Are they not fast enough? What? I just want to know what the process was, because we know it's not a in the Star of David. So the community notes could say, you know, Kanye West made inflammatory comments earlier on a show outside of Twitter, but on Twitter, he has not made those comments. He posted something that looks like a inside the Star of David, but it factually is not. And he never purported it to be. What happened to the community notes? It was no more a and then the CPAC stage was a rune symbol. Remember this? Was it earlier this year or last year? It looks exactly like the symbol, but it's not. They're pro-Jewish. They're obviously not, or unless, who knows if the designer did it to set them up. I don't know, but CPAC themselves wouldn't do that on purpose. But it's the same symbol. Same thing. Why does this matter? Somebody said, if you agree with the decision or not, Ye knew what he was posting. What do you mean he knew what he was posting? What does that mean? You're inside his head? And how polarizing it would be for social media. I agree with that, but what is that? So we're mind-reading people now? He'd been warned previously. Of what? He didn't break any rules. So I replied to that saying, Kanye West is a potential 2024 candidate for president. Ye just exposed Elon. Elon Musk, question for you. Would you consider your inaccurate banning of Kanye West interference? I don't want to hear. I mean, it's fine if he wants to release the report of this interference that he knows about, this election interference. That's fine. Release that report, bruh. But you're interfering right now. Let's talk. I like to talk about the present more than the past. The present, you're interfering with the now. The other information is great information, but I need to address this right now. There's no difference between the decision to censor the lab hell. There's no difference than the Sam Harris comment that I don't care if Joe Biden had or Hunter Biden had children in his basement. It's the same thing. There's no difference. It's just a different person making the same decision. The first round bust is still off base again. Ye is a candidate because America's a free country and he's allowed to run. Okay, thank you for agreeing with me. Not because he poses a threat against either party. What does it have to do with anything? If he didn't pose a threat, then why is all this banning happening? Why is everybody concerned about him? I don't pose a threat. That's why nobody cares about me. So that doesn't make any sense. And that's irrelevant anyway. So you've got two bad arguments to start. So I started with the fact of he never posted a swastika. I'm going down to who has the best argument. You don't have the best argument, which are both corrupt. Okay, I agree both parties are corrupt. Again, what does that have to do with anything? Or has a legitimate chance at winning any election. Who said Trump didn't? They said Trump didn't have a legitimate. What? Your argument is bunk at this point. No disrespect. I follow first round bust. It's not a disrespect, but your argument's terrible. The laptop story was about media as a whole, not a singular platform. What does that mean? Let's just talk about Twitter then. It's the same decision on Twitter. You see how people are now? Elon Musk owns a company that has satellites in space. I'm for the technology. The problem is this decision-making problem. The problem is these terms of agreement that mean nothing. He owns a company that has satellites in space, another for chips in people's brains. He owns a car company where he could brick any car. The car is a battery on wheels with an iPad-like device. He can send a signal to any car and say, stop working. Think about that. He's making humanoid robots. People might want to think about all of that before celebrating what he did here. So I think that's where I'm going to end the discussion here. I think that sums it up. Hopefully I made my point. Let me know what you think. If you want an unedited version, this is on Rumble. Right, I'm going to change my Rumble stuff to Middle MAGA so it's easier to follow me. I'm going to put it on the Middle MAGA website. It was more difficult than I thought. So right now it's only YouTube's links on there. But I'm going to do Rumble on there as well. So you can get these thoughts unfiltered, unedited, and pick me apart. I want to be picked apart. When you talk about trying to get to the best answer, best idea, I want to be picked apart, nitpicked. Let me know where I was astray, because sometimes you make decisions, and if one of them is, I will agree with you, maybe I was astray here, then I can navigate my path. But thank you so much for taking if you got to this point in the video, thank you so much for even listening to it, because we're in a dangerous place. Anybody could label me as anti this for this video, when obviously, factually, I had supported no anti-anything, I didn't do anything that should be misconstrued as being inflammatory or insensitive to a certain religion, race, or anything. That's not what I do. But it could be construed that way, and if you allow them to do it to Ye, then why wouldn't they do it to you? As long as they have the power to, then that's what's next. How do you think we get a senator who can't count to 10 allegedly without technical, take away the technology, take away any help? We have a senator for Pennsylvania that, in my opinion, allegedly cannot count to 10. I don't know if he can count to 5. I don't know if he can count to 2 or 3. How does that happen? How do we have millions of doctors who knowingly lie and call a drug a when it is factually not a and they know that? How does that happen? It's this groupthink based on inaccurate information. You throw the facts out of the way, and then people think I have the best idea. It's because they threw the facts out of the way. Tell me where I'm wrong. That's what I want to know. That's my biggest thing. I want to be tested. Where am I wrong? Thanks a lot for listening. I appreciate you. Take care.